Okay, so Devon James, Julia TV, 793rd. Why son lot? Yeah, I don't. Where did I get cut off, or did y'all ever even hear me? Hopefully the kinks is worked out here. Yeah, I guess a lot of magnetic. I don't know what's going on. You know, every day they step up the surveillance out there. The bar was the science. So maybe, I don't know. Did anybody? Devon said he never heard me. You didn't hear me either. That's the last thing you heard, is the difference in what makes and but brings. Yeah, what makes and but brings. Let me see. I guess we're gonna just have to have some people in the What Did I Miss crew. Queen Mecca, why's you? What's going on? $793rd. Young Dub. Oh man, here comes the red light again. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that there. Brilliant elevation. I don't know. And is it chopping up badly? Or is it decent? Gotta have whole shows. Is it sounding like the Karis One DJ Premier battle? I don't want it to sound like that. Dope music, but their sound system was a little off. Knowledge born. You see the difference between what makes it and what brings it is being able to rise above 6. I thought, there was a couple of asterisks in the battle. You know, I thought RZA won the first 20 songs 11-9. But RZA was the first one to pull out some R&B. You know, that kind of threw everything off. That kind of threw everything off for me. You know what I'm saying? But when you deal with the degree, it said the sun and moon have attracting powers on our planet. But see, only the sun draws the water up. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, but this water can't escape the gravitation of the earth below. See, the sun makes it from the heavens above. Whereas the 85% brings it from the earth below. Because rain, hail, and snow is above their heads. Not because it's being kept above their heads, but because they the 85%. And they what? Do not learn who is causing all this to happen by letting the 5% teach them. They believe in the 10% on face value. Universal 7. Peace. Knowledge Born said, what makes is the who, and what brings is the why. Self-magnetic. Energy, self-magnetic and its physical energy. Peace to the guys. What's the deal? Where y'all from, God? Yeah, see, Goldman said, born universal truth brings knowledge and understanding. See, because, you know, when you dealing with the rain, hail, snow, right? And also hearing thunder above their heads, right? You talking about the voice. See, all that's still wisdom. So see, when the 85% bring rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes on themselves, it's that same truth. You understand what I'm saying? See, like you in a conversation with an 85%. And you trying to teach him who is causing all this to happen. And he's saying, but, you know, nah, that's too powerful. Like you couldn't have the power to do that. Because his mind is trapped within the 6, in the earth below. And he's never seen the heavens above. And then what happens? What happens when he questions you like that? He brings the knowledge and understanding out of you. That's what you hit him with. And it's the same thing, man. You know, rain, hail, snow, all that's real. So that's what it's telling you when it say that 85% know that it rain, hail, snow also hit thunder above their heads, right? Meaning, yeah, they see the truth. The truth is right there in front of them. It's all around them. But they believe in the 10% on face value. Got peace came in. Son and Soul said that 85% never try to learn what makes it, so they cannot rise above 6. No, they can't rise above 6. Devon said they say God is crying when it rains. Yeah, the 85% say that. New Black World Order. The mathematician beat the wordsmith in here today. Usually the wordsmith comes in before the mathematician. Now, as Born said, both are conditions. One is the cause, one is the effect. I would say the source. Yes, and I mean, at the end of the day, the cause is still the same. It's the sun drawing this water up in a fine mist. See, drawing this water up in a fine mist that the naked eye can hardly detect means you draw it up in a way that only the third eye could detect. Seeing every situation that you're in, there's certain things that's apparent to the naked eye, but when you draw things up in a fine mist, right? And then you able to activate in that situation, whether it's, speak something, you know what I mean? You may have to speak life, or you may have to, deal with some wise ways and actions. So that you could rise above 6 in that situation. Self-magnetic, the question really was in the title. What makes and but brings? See, but the sun could do that because it's escaped the gravitational pull of the earth. See, a lot of people, they can't escape the gravitational pulls of different situations and circumstances in their life. And they bring rain, hail, snow, and earthquake on themselves because of that. See, all that above is caused by the Son of Man. But see, some of that stuff that happens below, they on their own with that, guy. Supreme justice, peace. All that above is caused by the Son of Man. But see, below, right here on the planet Earth, we don't make decisions for them. What they eat don't make us. You understand? They're on their own with that. We not, look, my name is Christ. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not getting on the cross for the negativity other people is doing. That's the other Christ. So what makes it but brings it? Because he know it rain, hail, snow, and also hear thunder above his head, right? And he know that that's real. But then he say the power to do that come from something that's not real. To see, you always dealing, right, with the same science, right? You always dealing with the same science. Look, I'm gonna draw it up a different way for you, right? See, we already said what makes it. That's talking about the sun that could rise above 6, right? Now, how many people y'all know, right? See, when you put the 6 in that way of drawing it up, see, remember, it's 9 different ways, man, to draw up every mathematics. See, you remember what we built on yesterday about the word? And have attractive power on the planet. But the sun draws this water up. I'm being sabotaged, man. I'm being sabotaged. One of these companies don't want me saying what I'm saying. So what's the last thing that I said? Well, look, when they put the sex before the 6, right? Then that kind of butt brings rain, hail, snow, and earthquake. Because when you get caught up in that, you caught up in the what? 6. Like we was building yesterday, right? And we said Adam put the woman before the word. Jigga 1017. What's going on? See, I can't do my pictures today. God, man. Yeah, that could be it. Everybody do the each one teach one and hit the like button or something. And then maybe YouTube will leave me alone and let me stream in peace. Whoever's disturbing my streams. You understand what I'm saying? So the difference is, whether you caught up in the 6 in the gravitational pull, District 120 piece. You understand what I'm saying? Self-magnetic, you understand what I mean? He just put a different example of but bring rain, hail, snow, and earthquake comes from, but I know what the God is saying. Meaning come to you right before it really whole hit the fan. But yo, was a nice guy or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Then yeah, you let things on the earth below, right, supersede what was happening in the heavens above. Wow, we got the L brothers is. See, when you a newborn, right, and you only drew up a little bit into a fine mist, then you can make it drizzle. You can make it drizzle. But once you've been doing this for a minute, and you've developed your power as the sun, and then you could draw up an infinite amount, and you could make an infinite amount of water come down on their heads. Once you ain't got to experiment with high explosives no more. District 120 said, but is disregarding what one knows. Oh, but is disregarding what one knows. You know, not, we don't want to just, because sometimes I see people get caught up in the word but. You understand what I'm saying? However, however, yeah, when the but is a contradiction, then yeah, it's disregarding what one knows. Be God. What's going on? Yeah, 14 hours and 24 minutes was right and exact new Black Roll order. We handled that yesterday. I went offline again. I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, the L brothers. Now this born said, like the old saying, you brought that on yourself, yeah. Because they're causing that from the earth below. That's what's making, what's going on now, Jalad? That's what's making, it's just like this. You know what I'm saying? For instance, when they say the devil is here to get the wrongdoers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things can happen. But why did it happen to you? See, a lot of times when we look at that and say, why did it happen to you? You will see that, yeah, it's something that you did to put yourself in that position. You understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us have sacrificed our freedom. I don't know if I'm in or out now, if y'all are hearing me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us have sacrificed our freedom, God. And then, the devil has put us in prison house. But we gave him the power to do that. We brought that on ourselves from the earth below. That's not our teachings. I'm not saying that is, but I don't know anybody in particular that used this building and the police came and locked you up. It's something that you got caught up in doing down here on the earth below. So see, you gotta realize the difference between that. See what I'm saying? Because what's the difference? Whether or not you end up all wet. See, if you end up like a wet food stamp, that means you caused that to come on yourself from the earth below. Does anyone know? We got the mathematician in here. Let me see if the mathematician or anyone else knows this. How fast does an object have to travel in order to escape the gravitational pull of the planet? I should have made that the question. I shouldn't even ask y'all that just now. I should have made that the question for tomorrow. You know what? I am gonna make it the question for tomorrow because I'm not gonna tell y'all the answer right now. But I'm gonna chop that part out. I'm gonna put it on Instagram so everybody knows tomorrow, we're going to start off with that. How fast does an object have to travel to escape the gravitational pull of the planet Earth? Joseph is on the What Did I Miss crew today. Mostly you missed a lot of technical difficulties. God Savior Divine said, you are the maker, the owner, whether you make positive or negative. 793rd said, macro level versus micro level. Asiatic mathematics, all right. You got, yeah, that's who it was. That's who, yeah, I remember when your thing went out. I saw it, I was trying to think who that was. So the bar said it's 9.5 to 10 meters per second. Now, you know, I recall when I was in elementary school, there was like 1 week that they came in and they was like, listen, we got to use the metric system. We got to show y'all the metric system. And it was a disaster. I'm not too familiar with the metric system. So if we could get those answers, in, what would you put here? Meters per second? It should be, all right, yeah. So yeah, if we can get that in feet per second. Yeah, D. Christian, you know, I was looking at the analytics and it said that only 25% of the subscribers are signed up for notifications. So I don't know if that's like an issue. I don't know if that's an issue. So the mathematician said that converts to 7. Goldmine said 25,000 miles per hour. Nah, they saying it's some other bell that you have to hit, like after you subscribe, then you gotta hit something else. Like I don't even know what it is myself. But apparently you gotta hit this other thing and you get a specific shout out when I go on. I had, through the first 20 songs, I had RZA 11-9. But then RZA played some like R&B stuff which I felt was a disqualification. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we discussing who's the greatest football player of all time, and you bring up Deion Sanders' baseball stats, that's kind of, what I mean? This not a battle between Jimmy Jam and Lionel Richie. I didn't really want to hear no R&B, but that was me. And there was one other issue where RZA got an asterisk. I gave him the round, but with an asterisk. New Black World Order says 7 miles per second is said in that order for an object or projectile to leave Earth's gravitational pull. It must reach Earth's escape velocity, meaning reach a speed of 7 miles per second. K-Born, peace to the God. This gotta be the worst. This gotta be the worst live yet. Yeah, but I mean, I thought RZA played the R&B joint first. Like, I knew they both was gonna do it, and I just felt like, yo, whoever did it, like, you lost by disqualification. Disqualification. You know what I'm saying? For me, highs Eads. Yeah, the Reverend Kardashian tracks, man. Stop it. You thought Premier won? Nah, I didn't really. Now, Highs E said it was about beats and productions, not songs. Then why did they play songs? $7.93 said RZA was trying to give it UK for his European audience who cop records, so it got weird. Then Preem had to match with the Aguilera joint. He dropped, and it got corny fast. I mean, to tell the truth, it was a little bit corny from the jump. The boss said RZA was looking forward to eating the food that was waiting for him. Self-Magnetic said, peace, we're about to log off the cipher. Too much, it's too much buffering for me too. Nah, all that win for hip-hop. I mean, to me, I thought that was what's your name? I thought that was RZA's round. I thought Verbal Intercourse won against Nas's Light. RZA, well, they both left a lot of they both left a lot of heat out there. I go, Ma, your born day is Wednesday. Man, too bad we got this thing going on, man. Probably ain't gonna be up until after that's done, though, huh? We gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate when you get up. 793 said RZA didn't even know how the social media platform with the chat and all that. Plus, they're not party DJs, can't rock the crowd. Yeah, but to me, that was to me that was the people's fault. Like, I'm coming to play music, you know what I'm saying? they asked him to come through. I thought they should have had the system hooked up. You know, that was something different. Jigga 1017. Nah, it's Brooklyn Zoo that he didn't produce. That was the other asterisk. I gave him the round, but yeah, that was kind of unofficial right there. That was another DQ. D Christensen, it ain't really seem like a real battle. They was just throwing shots up on the backboard. Yeah, I mean, to me, you just had a battle between a dude who had classic songs, you know what I'm saying, versus a dude who had classic albums. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of production quality, you know what I'm saying? Premier is a better producer. But a lot of Premier beats can get kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? He just said, like if they was battling drums for drums, then yeah, Premier would have cleaned the floor with him. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think there was one, whichever was the round that he played group home. I gave it to him for group home, even though I thought the RZA song was better. The beat was so much stronger that I gave him that round. But generally speaking, you know, overall, RZA dealt with the better MCs, so he just made better records. Peace said I enjoyed them building more than DJ. Now I wasn't feeling the talking, man. Divine James gave it to RZA. Universal 7 said, happy early physical to Gold Mine. Crooklyn, I gave Premier the round where they played Crooklyn. I thought that's what happened too. Is that Premier? I thought Premier was kind of holding back in the beginning because he knew RZA had heat. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like to a certain degree, like what Devon James is saying here, how RZA went first. Like at that minute, it was like you could see when certain songs came on that Premier really like he was, he felt like I gotta pull out my Biggie shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta pull out my Nas shit right here. Like So he took a lot of the late rounds, I thought, when he pulled out certain things. And then at that point, I'm like, yo, RZA, where's Ice Water? Where's, you know what I'm saying? Where's was it jump off when the MCs came to live out? A lot of jump offs he didn't play, you know what I'm saying? Both of them, like I said, I thought they left a lot of heat on the table, but you could definitely see Premier start pulling out his big guns towards the end, but I thought he gave up too many rounds. Jai Data said RZA got a wider variety and more eclectic and a more eclectic, eccentric collection of bangers. Yeah, the audio definitely did him dirty. Haji said, true master. The nature of it is to rock your joints back to back, but they made so they could make political statements before each joint. Yeah, that was kind of whack. Haji E says something was repetitive. What's repetitive? Yeah, yeah. Once he started doing that Kanye stuff, I was like, yeah, he played it, but that lost. That joint wasn't dope. You know, uh, yeah, I can't call it, man. I thought, like I said, if they would have took the words off and just played the beats, it probably would have been a different competition. But you know, to suggest, you know what I'm saying, that the vast majority of the songs, you know what I'm saying, when group home and these type of people, I love their music and all that, but it's clear that they didn't have the impact of Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just that's why, that was my question from the jump. Like, how is this battle supposed to, as E said when RZA pulled that Kanye joint, it was over. Yeah, that was pretty much, I was like, look, I thought it was supposed to be a battle between hip hop producers. Ja Rule verse 50. That's kind of stupid. S. Reeves said the Ye beat was epic. I didn't really want to hear that Kanye stuff either, really. Zigga 1017 said it's blasphemous as if for me to say this. Primo basic loops had me leaning towards him, but you're right. They could become redundant. Yeah. Oh, that's what you were saying, Haj Eats, uh uh Premier Beats, yeah, it can become repetitive and then, and it just don't got that, some of them, like when he had the Dirty Rotten Scoundrel, like that's the type of beat that I'm talking about where, it got a certain the Dirty Rotten Scoundrel joint, that's the type of beat that I'm talking about where it got a certain, excitement to it. You know what I'm saying? So and I kinda heard that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you played them, when they was playing them back to back with RZA joints, it was kind of like, yeah, this shit ain't. You know what I'm saying? D. Christian said, break down the science of the two Muhammads in the 1 and 14, the 9th degree, and the 10th degree. Want to take later notes for later research down the road. He played Cold War. Yeah, I think I gave him the round where he played Cold War. I mean Cold War, Cold World. Universal 7 said RZA was in his living room. That had a lot to do with the sound quality. I mean, yeah, but I just thought they was gonna have that. Like I'm saying, this is Timberland and Swizz Beatz. I'm thinking, and this is supposed to be like they had like 200,000 people tuned in. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was something, and you could kind of tell by the way the audience was dropping off that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people wasn't. So I just thought that, they would have it better, set up. Joseph said once they went song for song, RZA won. The lyrics from Wu was superior to anything Primo played. Yeah, I mean, I gave him the round with Unbelievable. I didn't think that, he said did Preem play Step Into a World with Chris? Nah, he played he played a joint from Karis One. Doom 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 doom. Primo ain't played Recognize. AZ, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if these songs would have helped him. Yeah, RZA ain't play Cakes, right? RZA could have played Cakes with G Rap and ripped it. Yeah, no Indy 500. I mean Daytona 500. No Fast Life from what's the name? God C. Peace to the God. Where you from, God C? God C is first time up in here. Oh yeah. I almost didn't recall about that. Joe Self. Universal 7 is from Las Vegas. He's trying to find some guys to walk with out there. I mean, I thought he played, in terms of for Premier, he played it at the right time because if he didn't, I definitely would have gave that round to what's the name? He said they should have went chronologically. Not for nothing, I did think that. Like for instance, at the end, when RZA played "Protect Your Neck," it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The song was dope, but just the production quality, along with the mess, how the sound system was, I thought, yeah, that took away. I gave that round to Premier. You know what I mean? And it was true. Because Premier was going second, there was a couple of times he did that. Where it's like you took a record, where RZA played something from his first album that he produced.